I decided to deprive you of your ability to hear.
Well, just
that doesn't seem particularly fair.
A small update for Rise, just so that people know exactly what's going on. They didn't just forfeit. They wanted to play Cloud9, but they had a member with a family emergency. And, of course, games are games, but family emergencies are another thing. So we hope everything works out for them. But, yeah, it was just unavoidable. They said they should be back tomorrow. We hope that is the case. But we have our last set free tonight. Luckily, we get another game for you. And, yeah, man, I see us going to 3. I was hoping we were going to get to Gibraltar. Like, I've been really liking Gibraltar. I don't get to see it as much as I used to, but no Gibraltar. But at least we got Numbani.
Right now.
Hey, Numbani, anytime we get another crack at the lab, I am happy, but take a look here at the defense coming out here from Selfless. It's going to be Dak on the Lucio, Iman on McCree, Juvenile, Reinhardt, Michael 3D on his patented first point defense May, Rob Wiz on Reaper, and Chili Gubby on Zen. And Michael 3D, really one of the few people in the scene truly putting a big effort into playing May whenever possible.
I really like kind of May here on first point defense. You can play May in kind of the way you play a tank a lot of times. You're blocking off areas, you're soaking up damage, and you're kind of just being all around annoying. So I think she's got her place in it. Offensively, though, Nomi will play a Winston. Looks like the beginnings of a dive comp, as Hyped is going to be on the Zarya, so no Reinhardt in this composition. Agility's Grim Reality, of course, are going to be on Genji and McCree. Hype does switch the last second to Zenyatta, and Jur will play me Lucio.
All right, Iman right now, a pretty good poke coming out in the beginning, almost taking out Winston right away. Offense here, a little bit discombobulated for Sodipop. They've given up a lot of poke to begin with. They're going to have to back out and heal. But even as they heal, they've given up ult charge, so not super clean.
Yeah, both their tanks ate a lot of damage before they even decided to come in. I think it must have been a fire strike or something along those lines. But they were both really low, had to back out. Nomi already really low yet again.
Oh my goodness, Iman right now, McCree on fire, landing the shots he needs to land. And really a big reason as to why Sodipop's been having trouble getting through here poke-wise, just keeping people back, hiding behind Juvenile's shield. And Sodipop definitely just needs to sort of back up and regroup a bit here, because this is not going super well for them.
Yeah, and you see again Michael trying to segment them off with the wall. Also, you can just use that wall to deny them entry as well. So I think he's going to wait, see if someone comes in. Yeah, he's just going to block it off. And now there's going to be a rotation from the defense. They're going to take this high ground. I guess just a little day trip as they decided to explore the scenery. Chili takes down Hype in the process.
Yep, Chili able to take down Hype. Again, anytime defense can take out anyone on the offense here, it's good. You reinforce a little bit quicker. You can force a 6v5. But let's talk about plays coming up here. Michael 3D has Blizzard at the ready. Blizzard not always seen as one of the most impactful of ults, but can mess things up pretty heavily, especially in combo with a good Ice Wall. You know, fans on chat do like themselves some May play, so we'll see what happens here. Ice Wall is out. Blizzard on the way, splitting out the enemy offense, and Nomi gonna find himself turning into a popsicle. 2 kills here from the defense, and things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, able to get that Zarya down really early, only 3 up for the offense, so maybe a little bit of a unnecessary sound barrier there, but I guess... No, just unnecessary. They weren't really in any danger or anything. Agilities was, I guess, threatening over top, so that's something that they would like to have back, but Jur comes in, gets a kill of his own.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they would really like to have that sound barrier back. Rob Wiz does have Death Blossom at the ready, but Agility's the back lines. And Grim Reality exploding. The 4K Deadeye going to be the final part there, and yeah, I'm not really sure what that was coming up from Selfless towards the end. It really just felt like they completely fell apart for I'm not sure what reason. The wasted sound barrier just snowballed from there.
Yeah, there were only like 3 alive from the pushing offense, and they sound barrier. The 3 alive weren't even together. They were all segmented out, spread around the entire map. So kind of an odd push there. And now, I mean, like you said, that's a sound barrier they would have loved to have back. They would have loved to have that in the next engagement. Michael 3D continues to be a nuisance, though, with his Ice Block and Ice Wall. He's going to give his team a decent position here.
That's one thing about Michael 3D is that most bays, if they do play bay, they'll get off after point A. Michael 3D will stick with the bay throughout most of the map. Definitely not going to switch off now that he has Blizzard, but now that I said that, watch him switch off just to spite me.
Yeah, heat-seeking Shuriken even finds May's Icy Heart as he gets her pretty much around the corner. Does the last-second Shuriken, Michael 3D went down, so she's going to have Blizzard up in this next push. They're just going to hold back. They don't want to give any free damage to this offense trying to poke in. They don't want to give any free charge to Agility, who's just looking for it.
Yep, and right now, defense playing a little bit further back, not really being too aggro. Offense moving right in. Deadeye coming out here from Iman, though. Skull's coming up. Earthshower does not land, and the Deadeye going to crack the Reinhardt shield, set them defense up to move forward, and they will hold here, X.
Blizzard did go down, didn't do a ton, but it does zone them out, just gets them out of the point as Chili takes down McCree in the retreat. So Michael 3D trying to get some value out of this Mei. Unfortunately for him, it is not PTR Mei, who, as soon as she hits Q, the entire map freezes.
Let's drop the beat.
PTR Mei is a little bit silly, but here we go. Soundbear is being cleared up by both sides, but the offense, Graviton pulling in 3. Agility's moving in for the fall through. 2 are down thus far. Agility's going to the backline, still doing all sorts of damage, somewhat stymied by the support ultimates, but it is going to be better than not here for the offense of Sodipop.
Yeah, maybe a little too aggressive there. Look at this kill feed. It is that Zenyatta is going to town. Hype with the cleanup gets 3Ks. Chili's also been making some pretty good appearances in the kill feed himself as the Zenyatta, but as you mentioned, that is going to be 0.4 minutes to finish out the map, 4.5 to be precise.
A lot of time here to finish things out, and a little bit of disappointment for Selfless given the commanding position they were in. It was definitely an unforced error with how they lost point A, and we'll see if they regret that as things move forward. The offense now with a lot of momentum. Grim Reality has a Deadeye up. They will have Transcendence and Earthshatter. A lot of ways this next fight can go well for them.
Yeah, so that's one way to stop a cart. Just build a wall.
It's gonna make you feel better.
But you know, now they're completely reset as a defense. They bought some time. They do try to block off and segment Nomi. They do. His friend tries to come in and save him, but that might have been the wrong move as Agility's biting off a little more than he can chew. He's gonna have to get out. Grim Reality takes down his opposing number in Iman, but decent trades back and forth. Michael 3D does ice block yet again. It's kind of really back and forth here.
Nomi had a really nice setup there. It didn't work out in the end, but if he had maybe an extra 100 HP, you could have had a huge Death Blossom, or sorry, Earthshatter. Grim Reality moving in though, looking for the Deadeye, doesn't quite get what he's looking for. Death Blossom coming in from the Defensive Reaper, kills absolutely nothing. And this fight's taking a while to go through, but Grim Reality in the back. Nothing stopping his poke. Agility's in the front, getting the triple kill. And this is going to be Sodipop moving forward once more. And if they're the captain now, this would actually be a pretty respectable time.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I will give Hype all the credit in the world. As much as we bash their support resource management, he was very patient on his Transcendence, saved his team through most of that. Blizzard got them out of it, and then they were able to clean up on the after as they overextended to try to clean up the rest of that Blizzard. So nice patience there on Hype's Transcendence.
Iman able to go forward now, takes out Agility's right away. That's going to suspend Sodipop's offense for a little bit here. And given that they have Soundbearer, they're actually pretty well set for the next fight. It will be Soundbearer v Soundbearer, but the defense has outs to continue delaying this.
Yeah, D.Va sees the field and yeah, not a whole lot of offensive ultimates to work with. Like you said, just Soundbearer v Soundbearer, but they could try to force a fight here. They don't really want to just kind of be waiting around to try to get all these ultimates up.
Okay, Soundbearer coming out here from the defense. Soundbearer should be coming out from the offense, but they've already lost one, so if they drop it now, it's going to be a waste. And that's actually good on the offense. Good on Jer not to hit Sound Barrier there. A lot of Lucios would have used it and said, okay, well, we have to fight. No, you don't have to fight. You can just take the productive wipe and come in with Sound Barrier versus no Sound Barrier.
Yeah, now look at the advantage that they have on this. They're going to have a bunch of ultimates to work with. They're going to start it off with Grim Reality, John waning in.
Alright, Agility's moving in, trying to take advantage of this Graviton. Grim Reality first kill on the Juvenile. Agility's in the backline, laying in the slashes. Lucio gonna give him the slip, but Zenyatta coming right to him. Grim Reality gets a fall through, and this is going to be Sodipop getting the better of this fight. Patience with the ultimates working out, and they're going to be rolling right to this. I'm not even sure how much the defense can really expect to hold here.
Well, that's the name of the game with this Sodipop team. They look like one team when they just all decide to hit Q, no comms, no coordination. When they actually just play together and really hold on to these ults, conserve the things they don't need to use. Look at this. Now they have Hype to finish it off with his Transcendence. It is like their biggest problem is when they use ults they don't have to. When they do use them correctly, they look really good.
So time-wise, that's about a time of 7:30 on the dot. And it's a beatable time on Kingstar, there's no doubt about it. Selfless is actually in a pretty good situation here. But for Sodipop, it was good in them to actually keep things moving forward after what was a bit of a rough start.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes down to just really working out their coordination, really making those calls crystal clear, because it's almost 100% down to their ult management. Mechanically, they're fine. Just everything else that they're doing is pretty good. They're also pretty decent at baiting out other teams' ultimates, too. I mean, I don't know if that was a bait on the Sound Barrier they got earlier in that first push or not, but it was definitely a Sound Barrier that didn't need to be used. So yeah, that is pretty much the story. That's the line I'm going to be following here, is to see are they using their ultimates correctly, because I think when they're playing their best, they are not wasting stuff, and they're actually conserving and staggering them really intelligently.
Alrighty, well, taking a look here now at the defense as it rolls out here for the side of Sodipop. It is going to be Nomi here on the Reinhardt, Agilities on Genji, Jer on Lucio, Hype's going to be on Zarya, Hype on the Zenyatta, and Grim Reality, final piece here on the McCree, and we'll see how their first point defense holds. And Hex, they're going to have to hold for a while, given the time that they must defend.
Yeah, we'll see if Michael stays on this Mei. It was okay. There was nothing like great or bad about it. It was fine. Just another cog in their composition there. But Chili is not going to be on the Mei, oddly enough, with that name. He's going to be on the Zenyatta. Robwiz will play the offensive Reaper. Iman is going to be on the offensive McCree. Doc will play Lucio Juvenile on Reinhardt. Michael 3D, to the dismay of the Mei fan out there, I'm convinced there's got to only be one. We'll switch to Zarya.
There can only be one Ice Queen. Whatever it might be. Michael 3D leading way here on the Zarya. We'll see how quick Selfless decides to go forward on this attack. A lot of different ways of approaching this, but certainly they have time to burn. They can be a little bit more methodical on their poke game. The other team coming out on that ahead to start things out, but Iman out of nowhere just bursting down Agilities to start things out, and this is looking good for the offense of Selfless. This Iman is really opening the path.
Well, Iman's down now, but he took two with him. Grim Reality evens up the score. All McCree's all the time on this scoreboard, so it is 4v4 right now, but the defense is in a back position through the archway, discorded, so they're giving up a lot of time on this point at the very least.
The problem is the offense is going to reinforce a lot quicker here. Grim Reality has his work cut out for him, is looking for the poke, but you take a look at the offense, they're just backing out, waiting to be full 6, going to move back in with a bit of an advantage here, so a lot of things going in their favor. Defense is starting to restabilize, so not the worst on both ends right now. Grim Reality's still laying in the poke.
Well, Grim got his kills later, though, so like both teams ended up being 6v6 at about the same time. Agility takes out Robwiz early. That is a great start for the defense.
Robwiz down, one Reaper out. Agilities will be able to pop Dragon Blade here in a moment. Is under a lot of pressure. Grim Reality on the Juvenile, and 2 quick kills for defense. They're going to hold here for even longer.
Yeah, full reset. Grim Reality gets another couple kills there. Iman, again, it's been the McCree show on both sides. Takes on Agilities to start this fight.
Alright, so they're moving in. Here comes the sound barrier from the offense. They still have a Transcend to go with this too. We'll see if they decide to use it. Don't necessarily need to use it though, as they are getting better positioning here in the point, pushing the defense back. Robwiz moving in, down goes Reinhardt barrier and Reinhardt, but here comes Grim Reality, Deadeye on the way, Dragon Blade in turn as well. Agilities in the back line, has one, looking for more. The cleanup crew is here, the Bash Brothers of Grim Reality and Agilities getting all the kills in that fight, 3 and 3. There is no better DPS contribution than that.
Pretty sick DPS. That's a Genji ult that you will not see on the PTR because he started that very early with about 3 seconds of Transcendence left and was just biding his time, waiting around in the back line, and he needed all the remaining 6 seconds of that ult to keep doing something.
Alrighty, well, Death Blossom coming in from Robwiz towards the very back does take out Hype. Offense now 2 picks to start things out. It's will there be more heroics here from Grim Reality and Agilities? They are still up. Their team is dying all around them, but Michael 3D goes down the Grim Reality. He is on the back, does have Deadeye, but Iman just not having any more of that, is able to take him out, and the payload will start moving here finally for the side of Selfless.
Yeah, finally able to break through on that one. They're going to be pushing into a Graviton and an Earthshatter momentarily here, but I think it's about 4:40 left on the clock, so they got some time.
They do have plenty of time here, and of course, so things go. 7:30 was the time to beat. So still quite a ways to go here. Offense on the way. Dak is going to have Sound Bearer up soon, so will Jer. So both teams should be dropping the beat, but take a look at the defense here. Hypes could really open this up here with the Graviton.
Yeah, it's just going to wonder where they take their stand. I think Nomi took a lot of damage on his shield, so he was backing out a little bit. They looks like they want to engage with both their tanks here. Here comes that Graviton.
Graviton gets 4 people in, and Agilities coming in, gets the cleanup. 3 kills for Agilities before going down. Had Hypes fall through, and this should be a hold here coming out from the side of Sodipop.
Yeah, Chili probably could have got out there. I think he had to make a decision. Either he was going to get out or just die right then. So he chose to go in, try to get a kill onto Hypes. Ended up dying for it, but I think he was going to get chased anyway. So a close call for Chili to decide whether to live or die that day.
I am loving this. Into the beat.
Alright, so offense getting back in here once more. Juvenile does have Earthshatter at the ready. Transcendence and Soundbearer out. Both support ultimates in play here for the offense. Defense got to roll right into the Soundbearer of their own. In comes the Earthshatter, knocks down at least 3. Juvenile turning the tide here, but the counter Earthshatter is out from Nomi. Everyone getting knocked to the ground right now on both sides. Rob Wiz moving in. Death Blossom takes out 2. Grim Reality still alive in the flashbang. Keeps him alive at 15 HP, but Hex, all his friends are dead.
I think they turned, you know, something into, yeah, a decent plan that went wrong into something decent there, because I think they wanted to get that Earth Shatter into Death Blossom. That's what they were waiting for. That's why he was in the right room, but Rob was just late getting there, was unable to get there on time. So the Earth Shatter ended up with no cleanup, but Rob was turned it around, got his Death Blossom in later anyway, picked up 4. Here comes the Transcendence offensively.
Yeah, Transcendence coming out right now. Offense laying in a bit more pressure to start things out. Rob was actually able to take out Melmi there. So 5v5 between both teams. Offense, though, definitely with positioning advantage. Defense gonna have to collapse sooner rather than later, despite the fact that they are losing the poke battle. Agility's nowhere close to a Dragon Blade, and he's just going to get taken out. So both ends of DPS for defense are dead here. This should be the offense's fight.
Hype trying to do his best with his Bunny Blaster up top. A very squirrely, small hitbox target, able to get away for the moment, taken down by Iman late there, so that is going to be a very late death. Not going to be super able to capitalize it, but they're going to be able to camp spawn kind of and get as much chip damage as they want. Michael 3D is lit up.
Michael 3D definitely having a better half of this game towards the end. We'll see if he can keep it up. Iman right now does have Deadeye. Offense with 4 ults. They have the ult advantage. They could put this away with one more good fight. The defense really going to dig deep to win this one. They will not be able to clutch on ults, and they're going to have to deal with Sound Barrier and Graviton. So not the greatest move here. Michael 3D again dropped the Graviton, does pull in Lucio. Lucio just getting face melted while in it. Goes down before dropping the beat. And things looking good over here for Selfless. They will comfortably win this if they just get a few more kills.
Yeah, I mean, Hype's gonna have to rush this point, so is Grim, but they're both getting discorded. This is the power of Discord in snowbally situations like this. And late Sound Barrier comes down to try to keep them alive. They need to start putting red on the left side of the kill feed. Nomi kicks it off. There goes Jur.
Here comes Dragon Blade from Joldy's last-ditch effort is out. He gets knocked right to the ground, though, by Juvenile. That is one way of dealing with the rampaging Genji. Just knock him to the ground. Juvenile picking up 2. And this is just trying to buy delay. There's about a minute left time-wise here, but it just does not seem like it's going to be enough time.
Well, they got a couple kills there early, so if they can keep it going, they do need, again, like I said, to put some red in the left side of that kill feed. Grim Reality starts, but it is just a losing effort. But this delay has been pretty impressive.
It is really impressive delay. I mean, again, it's under a minute remaining here. They are still delaying. Grim Reality's still alive here. Tracer, another Earth Shatter comes down, and that is going to be it. It's Selfless taking the game. It was close. It came down to literally the last minute, but still somewhat comfortable on the last push.
Yeah, definitely.
Sudden death.
Okay, so we'll see what map Sodipop wants to take us to try to keep themselves alive in this set.
Should be interesting. Find out from Sodipop here in just a moment. Those are just tuning in, by the way. This is the Alienware Monthly Melee, and we will be back tomorrow for day 2 after this series. That is where the playoffs will begin. The top 2 teams from each group today will be in the upper bracket, bottom 2 teams each group in the lower bracket, and we will see who will take home their share of the $5,000. But great games here so far, and a lot of people, they might be expecting a FaZe C9 final tomorrow.
Yeah, I would imagine those would be the 2 favorites. C9 has looked really good today. FaZe looked really good in their group as well. I mean, looking at the groups, you could kind of eye that up. A lot of emerging talent here today, trying to kind of battle it out with each other. It's been pretty... I'm just really back and forth between these teams. You got Sodipop, Rise, just all these kind of up-and-comers kind of duking it out to see who's going to be next, but you still have to take down teams of the like of FaZe and Cloud9. So we are ready. We're going to jump right into Dorado.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing about today overall is the fact that you take a look at the teams that are involved. We are missing some of the normal favorites. For those who are curious what was going on there, Envious would have played today, but they actually have a lot of their members back in their home countries, I guess settling visa stuff that is going on. So just esports, just moving along, those sorts of things. Fnatic, I guess, is a little bit burned out. They're taking a week off in general. For better or for ill, and I'm not quite sure why Energy isn't confirmed. I think it might be a similar thing where I think they were in boot camp and they might all be traveling back, actually. It's something along those lines anyways, so...
It's travel.
That is why we're missing some of the usual suspects here, but The lucky thing for us is that the NA mid card definitely is strengthened and still giving us some very good games here tonight.
Yeah, I think in past months we might have had a hard time rounding out our 8 invites, but it was actually pretty easy. We got a lot of teams that just couldn't show up or whatever, and we're like, all right, on to the next team, on to the next team, on to the next team. I mean, even today we're picking teams up that because we just had so many different scheduling issues. But yeah, definitely the mid tier of North America has gotten miles better, whereas anytime they're facing one of those top teams, you're like, you know what, it's not necessarily going to be a 2-0. I would not be surprised. And they win one map, they can pull another. So it's I love that everything's getting closer. We figured this would happen a couple months after release, where teams just finally got their hands on it and were able to put the hours in. So it's been great to watch.
It's definitely been a spectacle, if nothing else, but we are getting in here in the Dorado and taking a look here at the defense coming out from the side of Sodipop. It's going to be Grim Reality on the McCree, Agilities on the Hog, Hype on Zenyatta, Hyped going to be on the Junkrat, Jer on Lucio, and Nomi going to be Reinhardt and Hex. There should be some sort of rule against naming yourselves like two very like-named names on the same team.
It is pretty rough there, but they're just very hyped people. They're just super excited. So nothing really crazy on the offense here. No offensive Mei from Michael 3D. Iman is going to be running the offensive Tracer, which I used to say is kind of weird, but we've been seeing it a ton on Dorado lately, so not all that different. You know, this is kind of the push they want to do. Super aggressive, no slow shield tank push. They're going to find an angle for their Winston to jump in. They're going to jump in and try to chase him down with their Tracer, but that's going to slow down the push as Michael 3D goes down early to Grim. Agilities grabs another.
They just move right in after that early pick. The green signal was given. They move in. They go a little bit too ham, though. Grim Reality going to get taken out by Iman as a result, and this could turn bad here for Sodipop in a flash. They overdove a bit. The offense is going to reinforce a little bit quicker, and now if Iman gets that back, there's a real opportunity for Selfless to capture point A here relatively quickly.
Yeah, you're fine with trades here. That front door is open now, too, so that's going to allow the Tracer to get in and be super annoying on the back lines and left side, so they're going to have to constantly keep their eyes open. Overall, a pretty decent exchange early for this offense.
Iman right now going to the back. Zenyatta not all that healthy. Pulse Bomb out. Does not get a kill. And here comes the Junkrat Tire. Does take out RobWiz. Defense, though, in a bit of trouble. They still have to get a few more kills here in the hold. Hype coming in over the top looking for RobWiz. And it's a bit of a brawl right now on the card. Juvenile onto Hyped. Hyped on the Chili. It is all sorts of back and forth. Soundbearer, though, going to be coming out here from the defense, and they are going to use this to rush down the remnants of the offense. They're going to hold here, but Hex, Dak is going to have Soundbearer in the next fight.
Yeah, they're going to, well, not anymore. He just used it right here, so they're going to keep this fight going. It is 4v3 on the card now. Iman continues his reign of terror, takes down Nomi. RobWiz gets another kill. Hyped tries to do his best, takes down one, but this should be point. Agility is going to come in with the brawl. At some point, they got to run out of steam on the defense, right?
This is the Soundbearer was a decent amount of risk, but a decent amount of reward there. Usually a lot of teams will stand back and wait to fully regroup. They just went in with respawns that they had, and they were able to pull it out in the end, but if they missed out on like 1-2 more kills, that actually could have been them not even capping point A. So does work out here for the offensive Selfless in the end. But man, a little bit of risk involved.
It's actually pretty funny because I was going to say the defensive Soundbearer was a little bit of the same way. They didn't have everyone there, and I thought that the fight might have been over. They defensive Soundbearer, but that allowed the offensive Soundbearer to come in. Here comes that Pulse Bomb combo.
What a setup that was. The Graviton right in the bottom, keeping them pinned. Iman on the flank, took out 2. Gotta love it.
Gave his life for it, but totally worth his Tracer. We talk about reinforcing time. It's almost nothing for her, just going to jog back. So really nice kill to start this off. Juvenile's going to jump in really deep. He has the support of the Zarya bubble. It could have come in a little later here, so he's going to get taken down by Hype. Zarya bubble doesn't last like it used to, so, I mean, people might even know how long it used to last, but you need to put it in late, pretty late on Winston rather than before he jumps, so it went on a little early and he paid the price for it. So now defense completely back set up again.
Defense is reset. Agility says whole hog here on the top. Not the most impactful ultimates, but definitely can catch teams off guard. Mostly he's looking for Bix over the top. Is going to have a Genji with his Zarya shield running his way, but no harm, no foul. Defense able to reset up and buy a decent amount of time. So Sodipop in a good position here. We'll see if they can keep it through. And you look at the offense, they're not really up too much in way of ults. Defense really should be able to take this fight if they play their cards right. RobWiz getting poked down right away. Does not die, though.
Yeah, baits out the ult from Agility, so doesn't get much out of it. Here comes the Transcendence, trying to keep everyone alive. It is all over the place. The Deadeye takes down 2.
That was all sorts of awkward for the offense. They never really got coordinated. Rob Wiz with the world's saddest Dragon Blade at the end. Genji running with 5 HP. Hype's going to take him out at the very end. And that's going to be a hold here for Sodipop. So Sodipop doing a good job of maintaining dominance over the top, using it to their advantage as the offense of Selfless tried to roll forward. And kind of rough here for Selfless, where they're probably going to lose the next fight just off ults alone. And then a lot is going to be on them to win the 2-minute fight.
Yeah, Rob Wiz switches off of that Genji, so that's probably why you saw that sad Dragon Blade at the end. Not getting enough done with it, able to, you know, decide to get off of that hero. He's going to be on the Reaper instead. They're just going to keep pushing through, though. They're not concerned with high ground at all.
All right, Soundbearer is out right now. Grim Reality moving in once more, takes out Juvenile with the Reinhardt support, and they're just focusing on the payload, but yeah, even as Rob Wiz gets 2 kills, this should be it. Grim Reality just able to land way too much poke on the top. The hook taking out Reaper for good measure. And Michael 3D just gonna have to run for his life here as he is in trouble.
Now we'll see if this is to set up their next push where they don't want to have to take that high ground. Maybe they'll come around the backside on the right side, because now that cart's in position where they can choose either angle. That's exactly why you see Hyped over here on the left side watching that flank to see where they're coming from. That is the side they're going to approach from.
Yep, so multiple ways of cracking the Dorado nut, as it were, and for them, they are going to be taking the really long flank around. They're going to have Sound Barrier to help support them, and a Graviton, a lot depending on Michael 3D here to set things up, but if he gets Hype in it, Hype can just pop a Transcendence. So these ults should be canceling out here in just a moment. We'll have to see. Big focus on the payload, though, coming out here from Selfless. They're moving in. Deadeye going to give them a bit of space. Iman takes out Jer. A gigantic pick to start things out. Hype, though, moving right back. Got the explosion in the backline. Took out Chili. And the defense off of the Pulse Bomb might just be holding.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb went down, and the Sound Barrier came down too late to save anyone's life. 2 people blew up. Sound Barrier consequentially wasted after that a matter of seconds before that Sound Barrier would have saved the lives of the Pulse Bombed. So that is another stymied push, and it's mostly because they saw it coming. They have eyes over here. I love how Hyped is playing on this Tracer. They're going to try to sneak in again, a sneaky Juvenile on his Reinhardt. Hype doesn't see him. Does he see him now? Yeah, now he's going to get back line.
He sees it now, goes on Dak, landed quite a bit of damage, has to back out. This is the last gasp here for the offense. If this fails, they are very likely to lose the map because they won't even have gotten second. Selfless in a bit of a pickle right now. Rob Wiz will build up Death Blossom mid-fight, so maybe that is going to be their ticket out of it. They're challenging the high ground directly. Agility's, though, on the double kill. Roadhog hooks being a thing. Grim Reality right with him. And that is very likely now to be GG in favor of Sodipop.
Yeah, they're going to maybe be able to get someone to touch this cart, but it's not going to be pretty. So not a whole lot going for them in any situation here. Chili might have Transcendence, but he moves pretty slow. It's a long walk, and they've got eyes everywhere. So maybe a desperate Reinhardt charge is going to touch this cart and then just pray.
And we're going to see Iman, though, able to take out Hyped here pretty early on in this fight. Offense, last gasp. Here comes the Deadeye. Going to get hooked right in. Agilities, no mercy in this hog. Moving forward, Grim Reality able to get in on the Rob Wiz. 2 kills here, starting it out. And the defense, will they hold? It is looking good. He takes out Michael 3D. Looking out for Juvenile. Juvenile won last here on the point. And Grim Reality just cleaning everything up.
It seemed like they had a plan every time until the fight started. It's like, we're going to move as a team, we're going to huddle as a team, and then ready, break. Everyone go do their own thing. Because then they start getting picked off, like, one by one, and they weren't coordinating their ults well. Like I said, the Pulse Bomb Sound Barrier would have been a nice thing to be able to save people through. So, just kind of weird. Like, their last, like, 4 attacks, none of them felt like they were attacking as a team.
No, it was all sorts of weird. And again, bear in mind, we look back at the first map, Selfless won the first map, and now their best opportunity to go in here with a quick 2-0 is going to be holding on point A. But hey, if you remember what our analysts were saying to go back into this, we were expecting the series to go to 3, and Sodipop definitely not disappointing with that defense that they came out with.
Yeah, it's going to prove them right. It's almost like those guys watch a ton of Overwatch or something and know what they're talking about. But yeah, it definitely looks like it's going to 3. Just the most mild of offenses will be able to take this, get it to point 2 here. So we'll see if there's anything great on the defense. It looks like Michael 3D trying to win more fans, thrusting out the Mei again. Now, Mei, we've seen on this, well, I saw on this map like months ago. One team tried it, it kind of worked, but kind of becoming a staple, kind of becoming Michael's thing.
Michael 3D, I think more so than any other player in the game right now, is known for playing Mei. It's an interesting niche to have, but you take a look at the results Selfless has had, usually it has worked out pretty decently, at least to a point where it hasn't been, it's not working out. However, he is going back to Switch, and now I wonder if he boosted someone up to the point here without us noting. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, that is one case where you used to see people use Mei that just push people up to really interesting situations. Like Soldier, for example, I'm pretty sure can still get up to the archway here with the aid of an ice wall. So there's some like kooky stuff you can do, but I think they just decided at the end to swap to Zarya. Nothing too crazy.
Soldier 76, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. I miss that old dog.
Soldiers never die, Hex. Except when they just vanish from the game for like 2 months.
Alright, so
he's in the Bahamas, dude. He's getting some sun.
Now I need that skin of like Tommy Bahama shirt Soldier, but that is for another time and place. Nothing real out of the ordinary here. Grim Reality is on this offensive Roadhog looking for that early pick. Other than that, everything looks somewhat standard. Defensive Tracer here from Iman, but he's just been playing a really nice Tracer, so no reason to switch off that.
They're holding him right now. Iman being a pest in the backline. We saw him play Defensive Tracer here on Dorado earlier in the day. And the key to Defensive Tracer is that it lets you harass people a little bit further in the back, and it gives an opening for the rest of your team to come in over the front. And for now, it is working out. They're keeping the offensive Sodipop back.
Yeah, so it just kind of poke wars going on right now as the archway. Neither team wanting to boost in or out. Both shields used by Michael 3D there. I wonder if the offense saw that, because it's usually a decent time to try to push onto a Zarya as those cooldowns are active, but I don't think they did. They're going to pop around this corner. Just another slow push attempt as Nomi comes in.
Reality coming in. Zarya ultimate is out here for Hyped, able to set up 2 kills off of that. If not more, Zen just rushing in a little bit late is going to get taken out in turn, and the offense of Sodipop is going to roll through here. Sambear, though, coming out a little bit late. Rob was in the way with the Death Blossom, gets absolutely nothing, gets a Roadhog hook and a death for his trouble. 2 more kills coming out here from Sodipop, and now this really should be their point.
Yeah, it should be. Now, generally, I would call out the Lucio and the Reaper for just kind of some wasted ults there as they were fighting 2v5, but they're in a desperate situation. I kind of understand it.
And this is where the defense, at some point, you gotta stop throwing good money after bad. You have lost this point, and because they all rush there at the end, their setup here on the streets phase is going to be a little bit less than great. And remember, given the hold that they did when they were on defense, the offense doesn't exactly have to push this very far. It needs to be a really good 5-minute hold here coming out from Selfless if they want to end this here on Dorado.
Dorado is the good money after bad map, though. It just seems like teams don't know when to fold and give up ground. You can see it's the map that teams always think, like, we have a chance, we can still hold this with 2v6, and it just, for whatever reason, maybe it's the architecture that gives people hope. I don't know, but it seems like the map where teams just never know when to give up ground.
Michael 3D, though, dropping down here. Graviton the way, pulls in 4. Will the follow-up be there? Emo with the pulse bomb. Certainly thinks so. Takes out 2. Looking for more. Gonna make it a triple. And once more, the Zarya Tracer Wombo combo doing quite a bit of work. Agilities gets 2 kills towards the very end, but probably too little, too late.
Somewhere out there, Pheromones are crying. That used to be me. I used to be part of that combo. Iman playing a
Farah? Is that a hero in this game?
Yeah, her and 76 in the Bahamas.
Here, Overwatch heroes aren't out of the meta. They're just vacationing. But the offense still keeping up pressure despite how that went. Grim Reality able to get in on the car, takes out Rob Wiz. Nomi following through here. 2 extra kills here for Sodipop. Hex, they don't have to bring this that much further to end this game right now. Nomi zoning out here on the Reinhardt, picks up 2 more. And now the defense on their last leg. If they can't find a way of reestablishing here, they are going to lose this map, and we are going to be going to our 3rd and final map. But here comes Rob Wiz moving in, 78%. Only needs a few more shots to get his Death Blossom up, but he's going to go down right away before he gets a chance. And here comes Hyped. Graviton at the ready. Should be able to drop it here in a moment. The defense still straggling in, but that is it. And we are going to be going to 3.
Yep, so Kings Row down, Dorado down, we're going to map 3, we're going to the lab, down in Numbani. And Nomi, this is not his first play of the game tonight. I think, like, early when I first saw him, I thought he had one rough game, but since then, he's been crushing it.
Die, ugh.
Alright, so Numbani it is. Let's see what interesting stuff. Now, this is a great map for Mei if Michael so chooses to. We saw Mei earlier on this map as well, cutting people in half.
Very much a good option here. So, see what they decide to go with. But yeah, as you mentioned, May from Michael 3D, for those who are just tuning in, he plays May more so than any other hero, and May certainly viable on first point defense on Numbani, should they so choose. Now, you almost wonder if they're getting predictable on it, but I mean, even when teams know Michael 3D is going to play the May, and even when they position in such a way to make it less effective, he still manages to find ways of getting use out of it, so props to him.
Yep, just got to give, I believe, Selfless the side choice here. Maybe sides are ready. So they want attack, so I got to switch everyone around. I think it would. It's Selfless map choice, right? It's been a long day. Selfless just lost that map, yes?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so it is their choice.
Listen, man, I just defer to our admins, aka you, at this point.
Oh man, I've never been on that side of that. That feels bad.
Doesn't it suck? Don't you feel terrible? All the pressure and responsibility.
Yeah, but I know our admins, so I don't feel that bad. They deserve terrible treatment.
Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. That is Hex's true opinion on life, the universe.
It's literally
number 42.
One guy, and he knows I'm joking. All right, so we should be set here. That is going to be Selfless on attack on Numbani. Let's go.
Alrighty, so for those who are just tuning in, this is going to be our final map of the night. This is going to decide which of these two teams starts tomorrow in the upper bracket. Sodipop versus Selfless, Alienware monthly melee. Let's go. And let's go back to the lobby.
Yeah, we had a couple drops there at the last second. Unfortunately, after that epic intro, we're also missing a spectator, so maybe some server stuff went down.
That would be unfortunate. Yeah, spectator-wise, I believe we are missing the one and only Ask Joshy. He was in here.
Yeah, we're getting drops left and right.
In before
the last
servers are doomed here. Uh-oh.
The last map of the night.
We just lost Bloodsire.
Yeah, no, this is everyone's dropping like flies.
Picnic! Guys, I don't know what's going on. I would switch back to the caster screen, but watching Overwatch Survivor right now as different people drop out, oh god. It keeps happening! Why?
It's gotta
be like this.
A BattleNet server somewhere, right?
I mean, who's next to fall? This is basically Overwatch Lobby Survivor. Hex, I'm scared.
This is a grim
reality.
reality.
If this is a horror movie, usually like what? Maybe 2-3 people survive out of a group. Are we cool enough to be? Oh God, we lost another.
I'm too dumb and good looking to live through a horror movie. Well, half of that's right. Joshy Blitzer can't reconnect. Maybe the same with players. Man, yeah, this is. I hope this isn't not the. Well, Hype is reconnected.
All right, let's hope they can get back in. BNet, don't fail us now.
This is for like an important seeding thing too.
Nomi's rejoining. We thought the monster got him, but he actually survived. Now he's gonna tell us the tale. What was the true identity of the monster?
Oh, it's always that moment too where they do a jump scare and it's just like, oh, that guy's still alive, and it's like it's still scary. Yeah, I haven't seen a good horror movie in quite a while.
Apparently people are saying in chat that WoW is lagging, so you can thank the Legion launch for this sort of shenanigans.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hey though, I'm still alive here. Hex, we're good. I mean, if this is a horror movie, we've at least made it to the second act, not the third. I mean, one of us is probably gonna have a dramatic death on screen now, but the way I see it, at least one of us is guaranteed to live.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we are in the same room as Slasher. So that does not bode well for our horror movie hypothesis here.
Wait, do you think Slasher is actually the monster that's killing everyone? Is that what's going on?
Well, they do call them slasher flicks.
Oh.
And he's not
bad.
Look, he's not even American. Look at his icon. Can't trust him. He's Swedish.
It's true. We know he probably has the US icon too.
Oh, of course. Well, let's see if we can fill back up.
We'll fill back up. If we have DCs, what we'll do is we'll have the players play it off stream tomorrow and fix that up if need be. I'm just glad I kept on the lobby screen here because this is highly entertaining. Hopefully you guys think so as well. Oh no, people are saying it's Sombra. It's Sombra hacking the lobby. Right now, if you analyze my screen, there's actually Sombra ARG codes going in. No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Really?
I mean, I guess, you know, we're getting close. I don't know. Some of the players want to leave because they want to go play WoW, but we're only missing 3.
I feel like we're getting back in. We'll see if Bloodsire and Joshie can get back in. But yeah, if we're missing at least one, then it's sort of... Uh-oh.
Well, it would be an unceremonious end to an otherwise glorious evening, but it's been a great set so far. I would love to finish this. Of course it happens 5 seconds before the last map starts. Like, during the last map starting.
Yeah, the timing is a little bit unfortunate, as I'm still trying to get people back in and all the rest. But yeah, apparently there was an official note from Blizzard CS saying that there are issues with the servers.
Oh, we got 7 of 10. We're getting our specs back. We're doing this.
Wow, people saying, please kill me. Look, if you kill me, you can't even see the rest of the movie. The movie is through my eyes.
That's true. Yeah, so I guess by default, I'm going to die. Actually, the last good horror movie I saw was VHS, which is a found footage movie that doesn't suck, surprisingly. So I always like to give out movie recommendations. Considering people think I don't, like, watch movies or play games or do anything. I do.
I mean, you watch, like, normal movies. You just don't involve yourself in any culture that most people who play video games have played. I mean, this is where I remind people that Hex's first exposure to Pokemon was Pokemon Go. He did not play Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue.
Yeah,
or any
well,
Pokemon.
Fine, I'll just expose you. Off stream, me and ZP talk about North American football. So he's not the nerd you think he is.
It's true.
It's true.
It's entirely true, guys.
This
I've
nerd
been
likes
exposed.
sports. What a nerd. This nerd is sports.
I watch Hand Egg with my dad. Now I just feel bad.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta start the war. I had a really awesome fantasy draft the other day. I'm pretty stoked about my team. So hopefully we don't have to get into that because I know chat will Resident Sleeper immediately by getting Eddie Lacy and Rawls. That was great.
Apparently, fantasy esports is a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like fantasy leagues for other games. You just need the fantasy Overwatch league. Everyone's just like, I picked up Surefour for the stats, but then he stopped playing for like 3 weeks and my season's over. But like picking up Adrian Peterson in the NFL. Oh shit, I've done it. I talked about Hand Egg. I'm dead. I'm done. It's all over.
Why isn't Hype coming? Just get hyped. He's the only one. Someone go yell at him.
I'm hyped for hyped.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everyone else got in. If he's booted into World of Warcraft, I'm gonna be so mad.
Hyped is like, I can't do it, man. I gotta level my WoW character.
Okay, so Selfless wanted to attack, yeah? I'm trying to get this back ready to go.
All right, so we're just waiting for Hype to get back in the game here, guys, and we will be good to go. Sorry about the delays here. This is clearly out of our control.
Now I want to check the Discord to see like what game he's booted into. Because Discord will betray you to people.
Well, especially if you, I mean, for me, I just tell Discord not to tell people what games I'm in because I can't let that level of knowledge be out there.
I don't know. I play some Hearthstone during the afternoons. I can't anymore because I think some people I work with have my Battle.net tag, and sometimes I was playing a little bit of Hearthstone while doing a little bit of work if the servers were slow, so can't do that anymore. I gotta get that feature where I go silent. There we go. We have 12 in here.
I believe in Hype, they said. All right, so this is map number 3. I think we're good to go. Everyone's in here. Servers, don't fail us now. Final map of the night. Final series of the night. Selfless versus Sodipop. Let us begin.
Well, everyone on Sodipop says they're ready. No one on Selfless has yet said they're ready.
Yeah, that's a problem. I saw the readies there. I'm just like, everyone's ready, right?
There we go. Hit the button as fast as I can.
Dream is real.
Numbani.
All right, let's re-engage the hype. We've got 2 people in here with hype in their name. Shouldn't be too hard. So this is the last map of the evening. Let us hope we can play it. It is Selfless versus Sodipop. I think there's a big seeding and ranking on the line. We'll figure that out as we go on. But we're in the lab. We're in Numbani.
Alrighty, well, take a look here at the defenses they set up here. Nothing too crazy coming out of the lab. Looking to be hype here on the Zenyatta, Nomi on Reinhardt, Grim Reality on McCree, Jaren Lucio, hyped on the Winston, so pretty standard all around. It's not too uncommon to see people run a Winston on defense here. Sometimes you'll even see Winston Diva just for like double dive defense, and they don't go with the Reinhardt at all, so nothing too crazy coming out from the side of Sodipop here.
The double dive was a lot more popular when people were generally, like, almost everyone was running a defensive Torb, so it was always a really nice way to get to that high ground and take it out, or people were running a 76 or something in this high ground. This back corner used to be where you'd make your money on defense in Numbani. Sniper, 76s, Torbs, none of them anymore, so the double dive not as super important to get all the way back there, but still pretty good on offense or defense here. Now, it's not going to be too odd that Michael is running this offensive Mei. Why not? Everyone pretty much on their best heroes for Selfless, so they're just kind of keeping it standard as far as the map goes.
Imagination is the
No offensive Mei, just Winston. So they're going double dive comp here on the offense, and that is about as standard as standard gets for this map. Double dive, double flanker. They're going to look to open up this defense of Sodipop any way they can.
That's a mirror match, except for Iman and Grim, one on McCree, one on Tracer. So everyone else, pretty much, yeah, an exact mirror. A little disappointing for Numbani, to be honest. I'm used to some shenanigans, no shenaneries.
No shenaneries, no shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. From reality, though, landing some big shots here from the back, and he's going to get dove on immediately from the back. Double flanker and a Winston. Good night, Grim Reality. Hype goes down as well. A speed blitz coming out here from the side of Selfless, and they are looking super good starting out this game, Hex.
Yeah, that was everything you would want in your initial dive. They might try to get back on here. It looks like there's going to be a Genji maybe sneaking back around. No, Nomi even commits honorable Sudoku, jumps off the cliff. Rob was still pushing forward. Yeah, it's this Genji Tracer that you have to really worry about. Numbani was the map that was just dominant for double orb, because you could put an orb on both of these 2 flankers. They could push as far forward as they wanted because the defense takes so long to reinforce in any significant place. But it looks like it's going to slow down now, as they're going to probably try to fight around this next bend.
Interesting thing there, though, is that Selfless really identified the problem in Grim Reality. He was clearly their #1 target. Both flankers and the Winston were on him, and anytime Grim Reality dies early for Sodipop, it is really hard for them to pull it back. Agilities, of course, has his hero moments, but more so than not, Grim Reality is the rock here, so I wonder if this is mid-series adaptation by Selfless to really focus Grim Reality just a little bit more. Here comes Agilities, though, moving into the back line. Dragon Blade on the right. Gonna get stymied by the sound barrier. Rob was going to the back line and turn on the offense. Focus down Grim Reality first. And again, keeping the idea of focusing down the McCree of Sodipop. And it's paying dividends right now for Selfless.
Yeah, I mean, with Grim Reality down, you really only have to worry about Agilities trying to do some damage for you, and that's stuff that you can deal with directly in your face. And so far, Chili's been pretty, you know, good on getting the Discord on him immediately, so Agilities hasn't quite had the game he's used to having. Right now, they're making a pretty blazing time. Defense wants to initiate.
They're moving right in. Defense being a little bit more aggro. Skull's coming up here for Grim Reality. Doesn't get what he's looking for, has to hold it instead. And here comes the offense. Transcendence on the way. Iman with the pulse bomb takes out Nomi. And Selfless, they are being relentless, moving forward. Grim Reality able to take out Rob Wiz, but now he is going to be under assault soon. Nothing really stopping Iman as he picks up the triple.
They're just having a hard time chaining 2 kills together on the defense. And now they're all cleaned up because there are only 2 alive left on that card. They're going to be down on the ultimates. Hype getting very low. Does escape, though, finally with his life. Michael 3D eats a fire strike on purpose to get his Zarya nice and glowing. So they continue this onslaught.
Reality right now, Deadeye here and at the ready. Offense really not caring. They take a proper position against it, but Agility's in the back line. Dragon Blade has 2, looking for a little bit more. Jer piling on, and that is going to be a hold here from the defense. And Hex, they badly needed that, given the time that was being set by Selfless.
Yeah, they really, really needed that. I think Selfless was Yeah, they're going to be kicking themselves because that was a huge window where they could have denied ultimates. They had the huge advantage. The Wombo combo could have come in. Yes, there's Transcendence, but that doesn't necessarily stop all the deaths from Pulse Bomb. So they had a window, unable to get it down before they got aggressed upon themselves. So now they're going to try to get that momentum back, but now they've given some ultimates to this defense.
Graton in here from the offense won't be enough. The Pulse Bomb says yes. A double kill from Iman off of that Wombo. 3 kills here from the offense, set up by Zarya and Hex. They are going to keep it moving forward. Defense here will have a chance to bring it back. It's going to rely on Hype and Grim Reality really opening it up. We'll see if they can do it, but Dak has sound barrier. It's going to be rough.
Yeah, they still have a couple ults, and they're trickling back onto the point, so there's going to have to be another really nice fight from Selfless here. They do have both the support ultimates. Never mind, there goes Chili, so that's a nice start to this fight for Sodipop.
Sound barrier comes out way too late. 2 people are already dead. Dak, what are you doing? And the offense now in a rough shape. They do kill Nami towards the end, and maybe they'll keep a unified front, but that could have been so much cleaner for them given the support ultimates they are working with, and they kind of threw it away.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a rough night for Lucios in general, and maybe that's just because sound barriers are very easy to see when they're used a bit improperly, but I feel like tonight has not been a banner day for a Brazilian DJ.
Earth Shatter coming in from Juvenile, knocks down 3. The counter Earth Shatter, though, from Nomi is there, sets up 3 of his own. Agility's in the backline, has 2. No Dragon Blade required.
Now the momentum firmly in the defensive chance. This game has just swung like a pendulum. Look at all these ultimates. Now there's nothing to work with on the offense. You can, I guess, try to push with the Transcendence, but I think that's a terrible idea. Rob was going to have Death Blossom. Maybe he can come off the top rope. They need to send someone up to at least peek top to see if something's coming, because that's the only way they lose this, is to get like 5-man Death Blossom. There goes Agilities to check.
Yeah, and again, this is where the offense, they had all the reasons to win this. They messed up their opportunity, and now they find themselves in a huge hole, showing that every fight matters. Here comes Rob, though, going to the backline. Death Blossom at the ready, forces out the Transcendence and has to back out, so training out for ult there. Juvenile, though, able to take out Lucio in return, but here comes Agility's Dragon Blade on the way. Defensive Blade out. Can get a deflect kill at the end of Grim Reality, and this will be another defensive hole as Agility's going crazy, gets the triple kill in the end.
Yeah, Agility's, showing some of that Cyber Ninja abilities as well. The dash reset cleans up the rest of it right there. He's not going to have ult up for the next one, but they still have the ult advantage because they didn't have to waste Earth Shatter at the very least. So Nomi's going to have it. Nomi's put together a couple nice plays of the game himself, and what was once looking like a dominant Numbani map from Selfless is now getting down to like last, 3-4 pushes at best?
It's been part great play by Sodipop, but also a bit of a throw here. But oh my goodness, the flanking Earthshatter knocks down 4. Nomi rushing right in. The follow-up is coming in from behind. Agility's looking for it, gets the double kill. And that is just Nomi setting up his team for glory, Hex.
Yeah, Nomi, yet again, trying to get play of the game for himself, and now we're down to 2.5 minutes. I mean, as fast as those first couple points were, this last point's looking really, really bad. So no one really with big ultimates. Doc has his sound barrier back after that somewhat wasted one earlier. Juvenile, Iman, they're going to have theirs up. Rob Wiz looking to hit a giant Death Blossom, but he's going to have to do it into a Transcendence next time they push. So we'll see. They're going to come through a different angle. I like this, at least switching things up, going through top.
They gotta mix something up here. Dak is gonna be leading the way here with the sound barrier. We'll see if it's enough. Agilities, though, does have a Dragon Blade, so it's more of an ult showdown here than anything else. Iman with the zoning Deadeye creates a lot of space. So I'd expect Dak to drop the sound barrier. Here it is. That's gonna be countering the Dragon Blade pretty much 1-to-1. But here comes Rob Wiz. Oh my god, Grim Reality, the Deadeye actually picks up 3 in the back. Rob Wiz must Wraith Form away. And if he does, Death Blossom is going to be way too late. Grim Reality, the rock here for the defense. And now, after what was a horrible start for Sodipop, Hex, the dream might be real. 1:30 remaining. They are about 1, maybe 2 team fights away from having this hold before last.
I mean, that 3K there, I wonder if they just didn't see it, because I barely saw it coming at the last second, glowing hat or not. Grim Reality found himself a nice little vantage point to get 3 skulls lit up there, turn that fight around completely. They did have to transcend towards the end, so not a lot to work with. They're going to have defensive sound barriers, should be hit momentarily.
Rob Wiz coming up to Death Blossom, doesn't quite get it. He's looking for Agility. He's turning it right back around, takes down the Juvenile, but here's Iman still in the fight. Deadeye takes out 1. He's looking for a little bit more. 3 kills here for the offense, and will this be it? This is the push you're looking for. Grim Reality once more, being the hero, takes out 3. Will he take out Iman? McCree, battle in progress, and Iman able to win it, but Grim Reality has bought his team enough time to reinforce.
Do you remember when they had to play King of the Hill and Grim Reality played Winston and they looked really, really bad? Yeah,
yeah,
Grim
I'm not
Reality,
sure that.
Yeah. Because he plays McCree, and he's an amazing McCree, and so granted that was just a rough map for them overall, but he's lived up to everything we build him as. He is one of the better Genji, or better McCrees rather, in the game right now, and he's had a couple game-saving plays for this team on defense.
Well, look at Nomi right now. You talk about checking your corners for Reapers. Well, check your corners for Reinhardt. They do get away from him. Graviton, though, coming in, does get pretty much everyone in on that. Nomi looking for the opportunity to drop the Death Block, or Earth Shatter. Goes a little bit two-hand, is punished as a result. Offense here with an opportunity. Iman moving in. Let's see if this is enough. Agility's Grim Reality are still alive. The Bash brothers are up. This is what it all comes down to. Rob was the Death Blossom, takes out 2. And Grim Reality right now, holding more in the back. His team is dead all around him. He's been a hero many times before, but not going to be a hero this time, as the offense might finally push this to completion.
I got about 21 seconds of overtime there. Fortunately, I forgot to start my clock at the beginning of the map, but what is that, 9:21 then?
9:21.
Switching sides.
So that is a story of just missed opportunities coming out from the offense of Selfless. There, Selfless could have set an incredibly quick time here in Numbani. They had an ult advantage, and that's why if you throw a fight away in Overwatch, where you have a big ult advantage, where you should win, it can cost you severely, because after that, they were just wrecked on ults for pretty much the rest of the game. They never really saved, mind you, but I don't know, it was just bad. And now you take a look at Sodipop. Sodipop has a great opportunity to come back in and capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest difference between like the top level teams and these kind of mid teams, and it's not necessarily even mechanics, though the top level teams have that too, it's just the economy and the economics of it. When they use what they use and how they have what they have in each fight. And you see in a lot of these teams where like these are very good teams, and when they play perfect, I said they can beat everybody, but they were just not always playing perfect. Wasted ults here and there, and they start to pile up, and one wasted ult kind of snowballed. It's just kind of how the momentum of this game goes. So you fat finger an ult, or you just maybe use it because you're panicking a little bit, and sometimes it's better to die, and that just puts you so far behind, because this game is all about building those ults, combining them, and making good value out of them. That it could be as little as one thrown away, sound barrier here and there that can cost you a game, or at least cost you about 5 minutes.
Definitely true. Well, taking a look here at the offense, it's going to be Michael 3D on the Winston, Juvenile on Diva, Rob Wiz on Genji, Chili going to be on the Zenyatta, Emong on Tracer, and Dak, the final piece, on Lucio. And for this defense, they're going to have to hold for quite a long time. Probably shouldn't have been that way, but it is the fact nonetheless, and a golden opportunity here for Sodipop to put this game away.
Yeah, so this is what Cloud9 used to do on their pushes. They used to run it with a 76, Yahoo, but they come around that side, they push in this way, then they're going to either come in all the way to the top right, or they're going to hold where they used to do the dive. So it looks like they're just going to take the high ground away on this upper side. No one's really going to be able to contest this. So now, defense and offense have switched positions on the map.
It's a nice approach here from the offense, though. They're still alive. They have taken an opposing high ground. And you take a look at Agility, he's already built up a decent amount of ults, so all in all, not the worst approach. They are going to have to convert on this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they're going to have to
getting into the fray.
Kind of do something here. I mean, they're just sitting up there letting shields get cracked and letting, abilities go on cooldown. They're not really trying to engage in any meaningful way. Iman takes advantage of it, takes down Nomi.
Agility's firing right back, takes down again. Grim Reality once more showing up. The Deadeye take out 2, the left click taking out a 3rd. A triple kill here for Grim Reality. And man, he has been the silent hero, or perhaps not so silent, coming out here from Sodipop in the last little bit. Big McCree plays to keep them in it, and looking pretty good.
it's not just been like a kill here or there. It's always been 3. He's put together 3 and 4K every time he shows up on this board. And you were right, when they were doing really well, they were finding ways to just really focus him down on the defense. That was the first 2 points. They were just segmenting him out specifically and taking away the threat. We talk about Overwatch all the time, like, what's the problem? What's your answer? Grim Reality is the problem. They have yet to refine their answer.
They did have somewhat of an answer early on in the last game where they were just diving on and repeatedly taking him out, but it feels like they've forgotten that lesson as time has gone on, or Grim Reality is just positioned in such a way that's making it rough. Still, though, you take a look at defense, they definitely have a huge advantage going in. Here they go, Sound Barrier on the way, Dragon Blade on the way. Robwiz, though, immediately getting bopped. Despite the Sound Barrier, the defense not in the best of shape here, and they're actually getting pushed back. Hype is going to be able to drop a Transcendence here in a moment if needed. Agility's in the backline with Grim Reality, doing all sorts of work. Grim Reality looking for a few extra pickoffs, but they've done enough damage checks that they should be able to bring this pretty darn close to the second point.
Yeah, hyped on cleanup duty too. There comes Agilities at the last second as well, so they're going to keep marching through on this cart. No real resistance up just yet for him. Agility is going to be poking forward, pretty safe on his Genji up there. They're going to have the ultimate advantage going into this next fight.
Alrighty, so again, things looking awfully good for Sodipop right now. They have a whole lot of time to work with. Almost 7 minutes still alive, or still around. So you hear Deadeye coming out from Grim Reality. 3 skull shot. Doesn't get the pickoff he's looking for, but does do all sorts of damage to that Reinhardt shield as Nomi picks up the first kill, hyped falling on. And Grim Reality, no one is touching him here, Hex, as he can just lay in all the damage in the world.
Yeah, Hype cleans up a couple. They do have to Graviton to actually clean up Grim Reality, but they only get 2 out of it. Jur was the other one. Iman doing his best. He's been a hero for them, just lighting up the kill feed, but he can't do it by himself as Hype clean sends up with the Bunny Blaster, no less. So they've got about 6 minutes left to finish this map, which seems like a ton of time, but, you know, it took 5 or 6 minutes for Selfless to finish out the map this time, so we'll see.
Getting through last in Numbani, or many last now, is pretty difficult with the respawn change, but you gotta like the situation that Sodipop finds them in right now. They've been playing great. Their defense came in the clutch in last, and here comes Agility's Dragon Blade on the way, making his way to the back. Only needs a few more swings, able to take out Chili. The rest of the team right behind him. 4 kills here for the offense of Sodipop. And Hex, this might be over soon.
Well, Hype dropped in one over the top and took out Robwiz really early. Now, luckily for Robwiz, he's going to come alive with a Dragon Blade. Iman did use his Pulse Bomb late there, got not much out of it, but they've got a couple ults. It's desperation time. They have to do it.
All right, Dragon Blade coming out here from Robwiz, but he's just going to take the dirt nap. Nomi sends him to the ground. That's one way of dealing with the Dragon Blade. They're moving forward, offense out the Sound Barrier. They are going for the kill. They have all the momentum on their side. Grim Reality laying in the damage from the back. Absolutely no one on him right now. Dak, though, Sound Barrier coming up. But here's the counter Deadeye. It is high noon. Will anyone die to this right here, right now? Will do damage to the Reinhardt shield. As the fight's taking place mostly around the outskirts. Grim Reality, though, still alive and in it.
That's the switch I would have liked to see a long time ago, though, is you send a Diva simply after Grim Reality, and that's exactly what Robwiz came up on. I think he was coming up on just a delay and ended up using it to try to push Robwiz out. Ended up getting taken down, but the idea in principle is really sound.
This is where the respawn change definitely helps the defense get back in here. Here comes Michael 3D, Graviton on the way, pulls in 4, is the Wamba real? Grim Reality is certainly down, but Agilities in the backline has 2, moves right back to the payload, looking for the 3rd, picks up the 3rd, getting more. Agilities opening it up, Nomi with the extra fall through, and Hex, this is going to be it. Sodipop will be going to the upper bracket tomorrow. What a game coming out from them.
Yeah, GG indeed. They just had everything going for him. Nomi really opened a lot of eyes. Not someone I really put in my top list of tanks, but he's had game after game. Looked really great tonight.
Looked absolutely great. So, that was our final game of the evening. That was our final part of Group B. We are going to be back tomorrow, of course, for day number 2. That is where the elimination will begin for better or for worse. We'll see if the teams have been knocked to lower bracket here today, if they're able to bring it back tomorrow. But Hex, any final words and parting thoughts before we send things off to our analyst desk to see off the show?
No, not for me. Great sets today. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be back tomorrow, finish it out for another great monthly melee.
And for me, thank you guys for tuning in. Of course, you can follow me and Hex on Twitter at TempoZP or at Hexagrams. We're going to be throwing you guys over to Ask Joshi, Slasher, and Bloodsire to round out the show. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. But for now, the Analyst Desk.